fields, their whole grounds, their mowing, their so on and so forth. So that portion of it falls into a different category, but I believe the planning board member was impressing upon us that we've got them doing sidewalks now, but they're not maintaining them after they put them in. So that's what they were, right, they agreed to do it, they have not.
Developers or builders have agreed to put them in, they are not enforcing, for example, putting them clear, keeping them clear like in the winter
Particularly in
time.
wintertime, so, and that's something that
Well,
we request.
a bigger problem there is when a developer develops a property and then sells it or it changes hands, and maintaining that continuity someplace and getting the new owner to be aware that he's supposed to maintain it.
Well, with the bigger developments, don't we have, would there not be something when they come into the town for change signs or something like that, that can be reiterated in there?
There's nothing in place like that now.
Well, something,
there
I'm
could
saying
be,
something,
yeah.
that's what we need to
Right.
do, so. But we basically acknowledge their request, and I'd like to, I, along with, I believe, the rest of us on the board would like to look into it.
We can certainly look into an ordinance requiring maintenance of sidewalks. They're complicated, I can tell you that, because the town can say, well, if you don't do it, we will. I don't know if Chris Wozniak has got people to do that, but you're looking at a whole bunch of people out there doing sidewalks.
Right.
So there's, there's more to it than just saying, if you don't do it, we will.
Right, but I know that, like Walmart and, Target and whatever these places are that hire like on-site or whomever to clear their, properties, and they're contracted in it. I know that.
They do it voluntarily because it's their benefit to keep their parking lot and their sidewalks clear for their customers.
Right.
But if they chose not to do it voluntarily, we're not gonna go out and plow the parking lot.
And I
Not by a long shot.
No, I know that.
And I don't think we're saying that. I think it is a safety issue on Route 11, for example, when there are sidewalks and people are walking on the road during the winter time. I think the point was that, the planning board makes these developers sign an agreement that they're going to keep, the sidewalks clear, and then the town then doesn't enforce it, necessitating the need, for an ordinance. So then it comes back to, we need some teeth, to back up the ordinance. What do we do? How do we enforce that? How do we back it up? Yes, it's a bigger workload, but something's got to be done for safety's sake, especially on Route 11, I think. The planning board's point is that they are requiring sidewalks in these new projects, okay? So having required them and the builder developer having agreed to put them in and maintain them, they say they've got it in writing, then they're not. So why doesn't the town do something to enforce it? I think that is
The secondary issue there is just not maintaining it and keeping it during the winter. It's maintaining it when they start to deteriorate and fail and replacing the concrete and, pose a tripping hazard or something. That's another step of maintenance that needs to be
That's
addressed.
an excellent point, and this ordinance probably should address that as well. Good point.
Chris, were you going to say something on that?
Well, we maintain the sidewalks from the M&T Bank all the way to the high school. And
That's on Route 31.
well, it's Route 11, small section on 11.
From down
But
here.
it's a tremendous burden on us. Our machine is about 18 years old, and we had gotten prices last year to replace it, and it's about $120,000, and it's tired. And if there's no way for us to get it up to, Loretto in an easy fashion. It's very hard to put on a trailer.
I don't think Loretto's going to be a problem.
Okay.
If the problem exists on Route 11,
Okay.
walking, folks that are walking on the roads.
Well, there's nothing, like I say, we maintain the sidewalks that are on Route 11 from M&T Bank up to the high school.
Okay.
There's nothing south from Town Hall South.
All right, and that's part of the problem for the
Yeah.
folks that shop down that way and are walking on the highway. Something to consider if we could look
Oh, sure,
into
we
it and discuss it. I just had one thing. We all, here on the board attended the blessing of the fleet in Thornton on Saturday. It was a lovely boat ride, and unfortunately, they did not have the participation that they had hoped for. I had given them some thoughts and ideas for next time. And also, Stephanie and I had spoke afterwards, and she unfortunately experienced the fact that people who said they were going to come and be a vendor or whatever and show up, and they stiffed them, so to speak. And the fact that I did want to note that none of the businesses in Thornton were open. I mean, the only one that was open was Daly's Bar. And, you know, the drugstore closed at 2 o'clock, and there was nothing, you know, vendors weren't there, or folks didn't put something into the street. So I think maybe next year, after this experience, that if they do want to do it again, that they've got a better feel for what's going on. But the boat trip was very nice, and we got blessed with cedar stuff. So it was very nice though. So with that, I have nothing else. Nothing else.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, second.
Motion to adjourn, second. Have a good evening.